I'm Shardaa Gray covering the news in Rhinelander. More than 4,000 customers are still without power, but that won't last for long. We'll tell you where WPS is restoring that power tonight on Newswatch 12.
Freezing is an understatement, but it's definitely for a good cause. We're covering the news in St. Germain. Shardaa Gray, Newswatch 12.
Now, to the left of me, you can probably see a lot of traffic flow coming through. That's a typical thing for Minocqua. But tomorrow at 7:30 a.m., Highway 51 South, that's going to be shut down, and it's going to be shut down until 4. Good evening, Lauren. Like as Matt just mentioned, it just stopped raining, but right behind me is the old skate park. As you can see, it's kind of fenced off, and right behind that is the fire department as well as the police department. It's been fenced off like that for a while now.
Well, Adam, an ecologist from Northland College in Ashland, focused on data they get from Wisconsin's wolves. Haley, this can be a controversial topic, but the Lac du Flambeau language and cultural educator speaking tonight wanted to give a better understanding on Native Americans and their history. The food pantry picked about 6 tons last year. This year they've reached 5 so far, and they're expecting to reach more.
I'm Shardaa Gray covering the news in Tomahawk, where a business owner is concerned about the speed limit on County Road L and how it affects pedestrians crossing the street. That's coming up tonight on Newswatch 12 at 5.
Newswatch 12, Shardaa Gray is live in Minocqua, where they're still setting up for tomorrow's big day. Good evening, Shardaa.
Good evening, Lauren. That's right. Right behind me to my right, you can see most of the tents are set up. They have the craft and fair tent set up as well as other things, but they were still making some adjustments for tonight as well as tomorrow. Now, to the left of me, you can probably see a lot of traffic flow coming through. That's a typical thing for Minocqua. But tomorrow at 7:30 a.m., Highway 51 South, that's going to be shut down, and it's going to be shut down until 4. But Highway 51 North through the downtown area, that's going to be open, and normally people that come through that area is just headed north, but they're going to change that around and make that for people that are headed south and north to head in that direction. So to reiterate that, Highway 51 South is going to be completely shut down 7:30 until 4 p.m. and Highway 51 North, that's going to be for people that are headed south and north, that's going to be open. Now, tomorrow there's going to be a lot of things that you want to come out and see. There's going to be a whole list of events going on tomorrow, but leaders for the chamber believe that there are 2 events that's going to bring in a lot of people. One of those is Associated Bank's Beef Eating Contest, brings in a lot of people. That's going to start at 11:45 a.m. The other one is Parade of Beef. That they also believe that's going to be a big crowd attraction. Now that's going to start at 2:15 p.m. Now tonight they have live music from Mama's Little Hippies. That's going to be at Torpy Park. That starts at 6:30 and it ends at 9:30. Now they're going to have a whole list of itinerary for you to check out. If you want to see that, or if you want to check it out, you can go to their website, beeforama.com. And now if you come out tomorrow, which would be a perfect time, like Matt just mentioned, you can come out and get a hat, a little cute hat like this, or you can come out and get a little shirt like this that says Beeforama, just something to sport while you're walking around, but maybe it might be too warm for that. But now last year there were a lot of people that came out. If I can recall pretty well, it was kind of chilly, but a lot of people still came out. Now Matt mentioned that it's going to be relatively nice like it is today. Maybe shirts like this and hats like this might run out, but we won't know that until tomorrow. We're covering the news live in Minocqua. Shardaa Gray, Newswatch 12.
Police will call this a one-car crash for now. Deputies don't know if another car was involved, but an Aspirus Hospital spokesperson says 6 teenagers were taken from the scene to Aspirus Hospital in Wausau. The Marathon County Sheriff's Department says the crash happened just before 10 this morning on Highway 52 on Mill Road. Victims were taken to hospitals in Marshfield, Wausau, and Weston. A lieutenant from the Marathon Sheriff's Department couldn't say if anyone was thrown from the car or who had seat belts on.
I can tell you that there were 10 occupants in the vehicle. I'm not going to place where the people are right now because we're still, again, this is under investigation.
The Sheriff's Department says it's rare to see accidents like this in the area, but they credit people for helping immediately after the crash.
These people have never seen something traumatic before, and they did, and you know, I told them that, you know, anytime that they come in contact, if they ever come in contact with these people ever again, that I'm sure that they'd give them a hug and say thank you.
The Sheriff's Department believes at least 6 people were helping at the scene before police arrived. The sheriff's office won't release any of the victims' names for 24 hours. Deputies want to make sure all of the family members know which hospital their relatives are at.
It was almost like a car crashing through, just because that big mass coming through a window and knocking things over.
That's the way Isaac Wakely describes how a bear sounded as it broke into his parents' Rylander home.
I was asleep right here, dead sleep, and this loud crash, just unreal how loud it was.
Wakely was startled by the noise and thought it was someone trying to break in, but he quickly found it wasn't a person.
I walked to my door, which was closed at the time, and I peeked out. I didn't see anything, and I came back to this point, and the bear was right there.
Isaac believes the bear came in from this direction, floodlight came on, saw his reflection, and then fell inside.
Instead of just clawing its way in, it just blew right through the window.
Luckily, no one was hurt. This could be thanks to Isaac, who tried his best to let his mom know not to come downstairs.
Because as soon as she opened the door, I made it very clear to shut it and kind of barricade it somehow.
Isaac's dad eventually came downstairs and opened the back door, which was a risky move. The bear eventually left.
Don't try messing with them. I still respect bears. It's scary, and it definitely made me pretty angry, but it's not something anybody should take in their own hands.
That's probably good advice to go by. We're covering the news in Rhinelander. Shardaa Gray, Newswatch 12.